pleased really with the spirit and the character on show in that game, because it felt at half time like you were really up against it, and I like to show a lot of promise.
Yeah, it's the biggest thing for us, I think, to take from the game really is probably the first time that we've been in that situation going in at half time. But I thought we were a little bit off to start with. I thought they started particularly well, so credit to them for that. And then probably after 20 minutes or so, I thought the game started turning in our favour, and we finished the half stronger, and it felt like it looked a little bit like what we were trying to do. And then spoke at half time really about being in that position and how we react and showing that personality and the belief. And football's tough at times, and this league's tough, so you're never always going to have it your own way. But to then come back like we did second half and turn the game on in our favour is the biggest thing for me to take from today, for sure.
Sammy?
Hi Michael. I think you're jogging down the tunnel just when the half-time whistle went. Was there anything in particular that you wanted to address with the players?
It's always something. It's always something. No, it was just a couple of little tweaks in shape, maybe a couple of ideas. Some things we tried from the start that we wanted to kind of tweak a little bit, but honestly, it wasn't major really, and I'm not taking much credit for that. I think the boys showed as the first half progressed that it was on its way to being better. It was more, as I said, that you got to find a way in games sometimes. There's a few ideas that we wanted to make more runs. We wanted to be a little bit more aggressive in attacking their back line to a point, which is something you always try to do, but I thought we did it better second half and ended up getting the penalty from that. So it was more how do we react, and with it's been going in our favour. I said to them, it's something I've been waiting for, this moment, to see, go on then, what we're going to do about it and be positive, and the boys responded ever so well, so it was a big thing for us.
So,
Michael, six wins from 7 and a draw up to third. I don't think anybody really expected that when you took over. When you're walking around the stadium and the fans are singing your name, what does that feel like? Yeah,
it's nice. Obviously, this place means a lot to me. So to have so much positivity and everyone enjoying coming to the games and watching it, and me to obviously have an influence on that is. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, of course it feels good. I think the players have got to take a lot of credit as well for that in terms of what they put on the pitch. So it's certainly not all me, but I think that connection with the supporters is huge, and to feel that and for them to stay with us, and even when there was a bit of a stuttery start to get through the game and finish like that it means a lot. Yeah.
Dan and then Rob.
Michael, I know we've asked you a lot about Bedford and Sheshko in the last few weeks, but for him to make an impact from starting off today and starting 11, how pleased are you for him, and how much more confidence do you think that will give him this week?
Yeah, absolutely delighted for Ben. I think I've sat here and said to you for the last few weeks about it's not really been certainly not been a headache. It's not been a big deal. It's not been a big drama. I think he's had a huge impact, Ben, and he's making big improvements, and a little bit is. It's getting used to what it's like to be here and the feelings and what it means to play and things that we can take for granted at times, and he's desperate to do well. He works so hard, he thinks about it an awful lot. It's an absolute pleasure to work with, and today he started and had it was a fantastic goal, so he's bringing an awful lot. We've got good flexibility across the top line, in the front players and can play different roles within the game. So there's a lot of flexibility there, and Ahmad took some time out today, and it might change again for Wednesday, but it's nice to have them options really.
Just on Ben again. Obviously his record the first half of the season is completely different for his record in the last few weeks. And I know you can't comment on what's gone before, but how much of his revival is down to giving him a bit of self-belief? How much is down to you sort of playing to his strength and maybe creating chances where his attributes can be useful?
Yeah, maybe a bit of both. I think something obviously working closely with him and connecting with him, building that relationship and that trust. I think that's important when you're trying to help players individually and certainly as a team. And lots on Ben, he's put the work in, and he's stayed positive. He knows how he wants to improve. He's pretty clear on that, but he's a good player. That's why he's here. He's a good player, and he's got some great strengths. And I think they're coming and being clear to see he's scoring different types of goals. But he's such a real threat, and so yeah, really excited about where he can get to without getting too carried away. You know, I think he's got huge potential. He's so young and it's still early days for him, but he's doing fantastic at the moment.
Carl and then James.
Thanks, Carrick. During a pause earlier in the game, you were speaking to Cunha on the sideline. Just want to know what you made of his performance today. Didn't seem to be getting onto the ball the same way he did when you had more like Dorgu and Shaw and Martinez and more left footers in the team.
Just getting the balance really about when to play inside a little bit, when to play outside a little bit, when to make runs in behind. Just again, Mateus, he thinks a lot about the game. You know, he's really good in terms of wanting to know certain things, and it was just one of them. It was probably because he was the closest one to me, so we ended up having a conversation. But he's conscious of where the space is and trying to attack certain spaces. You know, sometimes it's wide. I thought, particularly second half, at times he looked dangerous wide, going 1v1, which is something he can do, and then he's inside the pitch a little bit more to create the moment for the penalty. So yeah, nothing major, just little bits of information here and there. Really.
James.
Michael, the club is synonymous with goals and not just goals, often like great goals. Does it? You obviously want to win and score primarily. Does it matter to you that some of the goals that you're scoring are so good? I mean, the winner today, obviously you've seen the series of goals that you've scored previously. Does that matter? It's
nice to score good goals. You know, we all come to games to see goals at the end of the day and see that excitement and see that that level of entertainment. Really, if we're honest, you know, from top players. So I think we all know what the boys are capable of. It's definitely not getting carried away. So I don't think that's, you know, we got all the answers just yet, but certainly knowing that the boys have got big moments in them in different ways, whether that's through balls, whether that's a little bit of combination play, whether that's 1v1, whether that's headers. We do feel we've got a good balance to that, but that's certainly not thinking that everything's just going to be all right on the back of it. But it's really positive to see in the goals. And there's going to be games when it might not quite happen, you know, and it doesn't mean it's a disaster. You know, the 2 away games, it was a little bit harder to come by, but that's football, and you know, to put the run together that we've had to do it in different ways. So that's what's more encouragement for me really is how we've ended up doing it in different ways, and yeah, something to look forward to really, to build on.
Okay, we'll move on to our pre-Newcastle written set.